Everyone, I'm continuing this fantastic series, friends, of the Daf Yomi. Friends, who are Masechet Bava Batra, page number 61. That is Samach Aleph, here on this Erev Shabbat, Parshat Ekev. And very interesting, very juicy Gemara today. We're coming into a new section, actually, of the Gemara. And we are talking about real estate in today's page. We're beginning to learn all about the laws within regards to real estate. We know it's obviously a hot topic. Many people are in it, especially here in Israel at the moment. There's real estate. I'm in an area where it's booming and so many people are buying. But when you are making a transaction, let's say, especially a real estate transaction, it's no coincidence that there's so many lawyers are involved and so many different issues that are written in small print. So many issues need to be clarified before a purchase or sale or whatever it might be. Either way, it goes through, and that's very much what we talk about in today's page, because we're talking about in today's Gemara that what if you're making a real estate transaction and you don't specify necessarily inside the deal what is the deal entailing over here. You're buying a house, but it doesn't go into specifics within regards to the deal over here. What ramifications is that going to have over here, friends? In general, what does the Talmud, what does the Gemara, the Mishnah actually say about this specific thing over here? So it's actually interesting. If you're not going to specify when you're selling a house, let's say in the Gemara times, in of itself, what's involved, you know, all the different parameters within regards to this specific deal or not, then what do we assume? We assume that the storage at the back of the house is included as this house deal. Let's just say that you've sold this house over here. Is that actually included in of itself? Do we assume that or not? Do we assume that, let's say, the party that's selling their apartment, they built an extension up on the second floor, let's just say. Let's say it's a tower apartments and he's selling his house and he's built an extension. Is that included or not? If you're not going to specify the things, especially in those time periods, and something extra you built which is not considered a house, let's say it's used as storage or it's used for something else, it's as we call it in Hebrew a machsan, or it's used for other different purposes and stuff like that, then if you're not going to specify it and you're selling just a house you're writing down over here, seemingly it's just a house you are selling over here. And that means those extra bits, which let's just say the person enjoyed building those extra benefits because he was an original homeowner, he will have access and still ownership within regards to this thing. That's if you don't specify it. How important is when there's a contract, you have to specify everything. What are you selling over here? You're selling the machsan. I remember when we were buying an apartment, looking to buy an apartment in Israel about 3-4 years ago. I think it was during towards the start of COVID, and we were looking for everything. So many times we would look at a nice apartment. One person would say, we've got this storage area, this is our storage area, and they show us a tiny thing, but then they say, but we are using this storage area, and a huge nice one, but they say those people are letting us use this as a favor, and they say they're not going to take it from us at any stage, so you can have rights to this. So then you turn back to them and say, no, if you're doing a deal, you need to know on paper what you're selling over. You can't say that everything's going to be okay, and yeah, they're going to let you use this let's say nice glamorous storage area. If it's not owned and you're not specifying it, then you're not going to have rights to it later on. There's many different cases. Some people will say, especially when they're writing contracts even here in Israel, I will sell you the house but not this machsan over here. You can actually do these things over, and many people will do that. Obviously there's intrinsicies and it makes it more difficult. So when you're buying something, you've got to know what exactly you are buying and what you are selling. You've got to specify exactly. Every country has enshrined inside their laws respectively different what the different parameters are. What is expected in a sale when you're selling your apartment? Is everything expected? Is all the land that the person owes, is that all that is all specified inside the Gemara respectively? And it could be specified in every deal that you write down. Who's buying what other things, what other features, what other extensions that has been done to the apartment, and also furniture. You know, is the furniture included inside the apartment? Furniture costs a lot of money. There could be attached furniture also, like fixed lighting and all those things. And it happened many times. Someone told me once that he was brokering a deal of the house, and they had to specify, do they take the fixed furniture? Well, obviously, it probably is not worth taking out fixed light bulbs and stuff like that, because the time, the amount of time you take, it costs to rip it apart and then redo it again. It might not be feasibly worth it anyway. But all these things, it's not obvious to any consumer. That's why anyone that is buying an apartment, anyone, of course, also selling an apartment, you have to specify what you're selling. You have to know what exactly you're buying to take yourself out, and you always have to be competent in all those different laws respectively over here. So my bracha to all of you is Bez Roshem here. I'm recording this here live in Israel. You'll all be zoche, have the merits, we'll all have a portion in this fantastic land of Israel, Bezrat Hashem Yitbarach. I will all see brachot here, and I'd like to dedicate this refuah shlema to Nisan ben Sipora, who suffered a stroke a few days ago. Please daven for a full refuah shlema, and Bez Hashem, don't forget to subscribe. And we've covered now 60 videos on Masechet Bava Batra. Friends, we've been doing this for 2.5 years, these tidbits on the Gemara respectively. So may we go from strength to strength. We're a community here, and we're going to improve. I wish you all a Shabbat Shalom. Take care.